Hello, Maverick traders, and welcome out to your daily market roundup. This is Sankit here, and I'll be breaking down today's market price action. It's the Wednesday, July the 31st. Let's get into it. As always, we'll be breaking down today's market price action by looking at broader markets, take a look at sector heat map analysis, and then we can take a look at some possible setups ahead. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
As we jump into the market analysis, let's just jump right into the numbers here. Today was definitely a positive day, so let's take a look at the daily news. The equities did bounce back higher, and we had no change from FOMC, but they did hint on the rate cuts ahead. We are seeing that in nice bounce in the markets today, and even the yields sort of pulling back further. Now, just to take a look at the numbers here, Dow Jones nicely up 0.24%. We're taking a look at S&P and the Qs. They had the biggest bounce. Remember, they are the one that are being the more in trouble. 1.74% in the S&P and 3.53% in the Qs. The Russells, they continue to remain strong, 0.87%. Oil up 4.23%, and we have gold up 1.62%. So you can see that pretty good numbers across the board. Even if we take a look at the advanced decline ratio, we are up 68 versus 28 down, and even the plus and minus 50 MA, we're seeing an improvement there, only down 32%. Compared to 68 to the upside. So overall, market remains bullish. Overall, broader market remains bullish, but then we have these S&P and the Qs, they're being dragged down by those big tech stocks that are selling off. So the rotation, I think, continues to play out here. So right now, if you take a look at it, the Qs getting a nice little bounce here. I think this is due for a little bear rally, but those bear rallies could be short-lived. So I think that's something we got to continue watching out for. This weekend, we have a lot of big tech earnings. We have the Meta that already came out with positive earnings. Tomorrow, we have Apple. So those are the ones, once they're out of the way, I think any bear rallies, one of the things I'm looking for is, does that bear rally sells off? Now, if you take a look at the small caps, well, they're actually holding well. It looks more like a high base pattern to me. So this is, again, telling us that sector rotation that started in mid-July is continuing to play out here. Now, if you take a look at the heat map today, you can see that today's big numbers were driven by, look at that big rally in NVIDIA, 12.81%. Apple is up, Amazon is up. We had Google that's up, Meta again up nicely, but then adding on to the gains after hours. Outside of that, small little pullbacks that we're noticing in other areas, but I think the market still looks a lot more healthier than what it looked before. Now, if you take a look at the market outlook, we were a lot more bearish until today that we're getting a nice bounce. But overall, take a look at the trend, still onto the downside. So I think this is the market you want to continue. Be careful with those big stocks, and then look for those pullbacks that we're getting in those reversals that we had. I think those will be a good buying opportunity. So going to this trade setups, I have 3 longs and 3 shorts. I don't really have a whole lot in the middle. I think markets are just moving nicely for directional trading. Now, the first one I like here is NEM, Newmont Corporation. Take a look at this one. Beautiful high base. And we got a nice little breakout today. So again, this is the one that's, after having a nice little run over here, went through some consolidation and it's breaking out. So this is a good setup that's ready to pull the trigger on. Now, another one is the lows. You can take a look at it. Another beautiful breakout after this pullback. Big rally, pullback, and now rally again. Beautiful setup, this one as well. And then lastly, I have IBM, which is making a high base here. You can see that previously it made a high base and it did break out. So this is the one that's actually lining up really nicely as well. Goes on my watch list. Now, as far as the weaker ones goes, we can take a look at Merck, which was I had this one on a sideways play for the longest time. Really made good money on those, being stuck in that range. But this thing has come out of that range and looks a lot bearish. on the earnings here. This is the one I'm watching here. Any sort of a bear rally or even a base, I would like to kind of get short on that one. It's a very similar setup we're getting in Ford as well. You can see that big gap on the earning, and this remains weak. Remember, these are the outperformers that are now underperforming, and I like the fact that with today's bounce, these things did not get a rally here. Again, this is telling me that there's more relative weakness in these ones. And then lastly, I have CCL. So if you take a look at Royal Caribbean, that looks similar, but then this CCL is the one that's actually breaking below that 50-day moving average. So remember, these things were nicely uptrending, and now they're downtrending. So beautiful base here, and then breaking lower. So these are the ones that I like as seeing a bit of an uptick in that selling volume as well. So the game plan is really to continue looking for the relative strength versus relative weakness. I think the big tech rally, got to watch out for those big rallies. Could turn weaken over time. So we just have to continue looking for that rotation. So overall, regular stocks, I think they're doing fine. Small little pullbacks, those are the ones that we're going to look forward to, look for some pullbacks to buy into. For the economic reports, we have the unemployment claims tomorrow, ISM manufacturing PMI. But outside of that, again, Friday, I think, was the bigger one where we had the U.S. employment report. But as far as the earning goes, the big ones tomorrow, we got the Apple, got Amazon, got Shell. They're the big ones that's on the horizon here. You're going to continue watching for. So, stay on the bullish side. Look for some outperformance. I think that's the way you want to deal with these markets. Thanks for joining here. See you the next one. Happy trading.